What is going on, Cardano community? Welcome back to the official dApp Central YouTube channel. I'm Fareed, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the latest developments and going-ons within the actual Cardano ecosystem. Now, first things first, we're going to be talking about the general Cardano development, in which we'll review the Plutus script adoption, Lace wallet mainnet, Hydra documentation, and the recent updates surrounding the sidechain SDK. And then after that, we're going to talk about some of the mixed reviews that we've seen with the LQ mainnet launch. Following that, we'll highlight a new direct list and buy feature developed by the NMKR team. And then in closing of today's video, we're going to do a brief review of the TeddySwap FISO update. And then we're going to close out with an update from the Genius Yield ISPO. Now, before we jump into all of that great stuff, I do got to take a minute just to quickly plug in the recently updated stake pool. And so if you guys are not familiar, I just became an SPO with a ton of support from the community. Having said that, if you guys are looking to contribute to the efforts in which I'm trying to spread education about the general Cardano ecosystem here, then please make sure to consider delegating with the official dApp Central stake pool, which will be stake pool ticker DAPP. Over the next few months, I will be giving away the Melt and Genius Yield tokens. And if you guys want more information about that, then don't hesitate to head over to the official dApp Central website, which will be at dappcentral.net. Thank you very much. All right, jumping into the first story for today, we're going to be reviewing the weekly development report. So as it states here, we now have 116 projects launched on Cardano with just about 1,200 builders and more than 7.67 million native tokens floating around and almost 70,000 token policies. Now, the key highlight that I want to highlight here is going to be the 5,600 plus Plutus scripts. Now, keep in mind that this is going to be a mix of the Plutus V1 and the V2 scripts. Again, if you guys are not familiar with what the V2 scripts are, those are going to be the scripts adopted or adopting the Vassal hard fork updates. Now, this currently stands at 680 of these total Plutus V2 scripts, and that's about 12% of the total scripts that we have online. So over the last few Cardano updates, this number does continue to increase. Now, jumping over to the left-hand portion of the screen here, I want to highlight the fact that Lace is now going to be on pre-production, right? And they've made some recent updates, but as soon as they get ready to launch on mainnet, all of the wallets on pre-prod will automatically be switched over to mainnet. So you're not going to have to go back in and set up your wallet again. The Lace team does have that already thought of and a plan to deal with that accordingly. Very lastly here, the Hydra January 2023 report is out. And so if you guys are trying to figure out more about the development of Hydra, then make sure to check that out. Now I'm going to back out of here real quick, and there's three things that I just want to quickly elaborate on. So it says here, if you're testing Lace, and again, this is following up on what I just explained about Lace, in the pre-production testing environment, note that the network switching will soon be available. All users will be automatically switched to the mainnet at launch, which means that users' wallets will be on Cardano mainnet without having to lift a finger. If you guys want to get access to Lace, you can go ahead and do so using the link that I will be leaving down in the description below. The next quick thing I want to highlight is going to be the Hydra documentation. So it says here, the Hydra team held a monthly review meeting with stakeholders, contributors, and the community. They've published a monthly report for January of 2023, summarizing the main takeaways in development progress. The team has also continued working on the Hydra V1 specification, incorporating suggested changes from reviewers. Finally, they've started to complete and publish script information on every pull request on the website. So getting a ton of progress and updates on Hydra, and hopefully that is able to launch fully on the mainnet as a part of this year in 2023. Very lastly here, before we move on to the next section, it says here, work continues on the proof of concept EVM sidechain testnet. If you guys are not aware, IOG is building a sidechain toolkit for developers to be able to build out their own sidechains. If you guys want to find out more about this, I do have a fully dedicated video, which I will also leave down in the description as well. As it continues to read, developers using this sidechain testnet will have the ability to create and deploy Solidity smart contracts and dApps, as well as move test tokens between the test environments. If you guys want to stay tuned with this particular project or this particular update here, you can go ahead and join the official Discord channel. And then they've also got some additional blog posts that you guys can check out. That is going to do it for the very first update. The next thing I want to highlight is going to be the recent launch of the LQ, or the Liquid Finance platform, on the Cardano mainnet. If you guys are not aware, LQ just launched, and since then we've got a mixed bag of reviews. So if you guys have not gotten a chance to check this out already on your own, I would definitely recommend that you check them out on the testnet using test ADA, in which you'll be able to just see all of the existing functionality and what this protocol actually brings over to Cardano. Now, having said that, there's a few things that I want to highlight here, and then I want to show you guys an updated proposal that has been proposed to the community using their DAO platform. So over the course of the first few days, we have seen some members communicate that they have had issues, but then we've also had some other members claim that they've had no issues with the platform. So it does seem to be a mixed bag. Again, I have not used this platform on mainnet. However, I have gone through and actually documented how to use the platform on the testnet. Now, on the testnet, I personally had a pretty clean and simple experience in which I was able to lend, borrow, supply, and withdraw my assets directly from their testnet platform. Having said that, I will say that on mainnet launches, we typically tend to have a lot of traffic on a particular dApp. So I'm not sure if that was due to load or traffic, but again, there does seem to be a mixed bag of reviews. Now, I do also want to mention that if you're trying to use this app on mobile, that the current version is not optimized for mobile just yet. So do stick around, be patient, and again, give this team a chance to actually build out and finalize everything they've been working so hard for over the last 2 years. Moving right along, I want to highlight the fact that the proposal for updating the LQ token emissions, as well as canceling the collective Zapin, has been launched by DC, who is I believe the head of the actual project. So it states here, they're proposing to, number one, cancel the CZI, or the collective Zapin, index liquidity incentive allocations for the initial launch near term, and return this LQ back to the DAO treasury allocation until or if a community aligned proposal is passed through the DAO in the future. So this is a pretty huge update. This was an announcement that was made about the CZI right at the time that the actual protocol went live on mainnet, and the fact that they're walking this back is a little bit unfortunate. I do feel for the LQ team, given the fact that these tokenomics have been out over the last year and a half, but I unfortunately think that a lot of people within the community did not do their due diligence in actually reading how much of the LQ tokens would be coming out as a part of the emissions. The second major update that the proposal states is that they want to make the user distribution for the LQ protocol incentives exclusive to lenders and borrowers in the following markets: the ADA token market and the Cardano stablecoin market. Now, right now, as it sits, you can only borrow ADA on the LQ mainnet, and you can only supply ADA on the LQ mainnet. Now, they did also mention that in the future, they do plan on adding additional assets. Now, the third key update, again, as a part of this proposal, is that they want to partner with TeddySwap to make use of their rewards distribution solution for LQ staking rewards and protocol incentives for lenders and borrowers, which will accelerate the timeline for launching LQ rewards distributions. So those are three pretty major upgrades. Again, I think this was all due to the backlash that the team has unfortunately received following their mainnet. And if you guys want more of a detailed solution or a detailed schedule of the LQ token distribution, you can see that down here below. So hopefully, again, we get a lot more clarity around what this team will be doing. Again, let me know what you guys think as well down in the comment section below. Do you agree with this particular proposal? Do you think it makes sense? Or do you think it's only hurting or contributing to the FUD surrounding the project? Again, I think being that we're all in Cardano together, we definitely want to see the best outcome for this project, but it does not seem like a lot of the community is happy. And it seems to be on both sides, right? Some people are happy about the CZI getting canceled, and some people want to continue to have that. And again, the emission token schedule did seem to catch a lot of people off guard. All right, that's going to be it for topic number 2. The third topic that I want to talk about is going to be the fact that the NMKR platform, which is actively used for minting NFTs and for NFT mints, has now added support for single sale listings or direct sales. So as we can see here, this was posted on the official NMKR.io Twitter, and it says here you can now sell any NFT in your wallet directly to your customers without a marketplace in the middle. So some of the benefits of this is that you won't have to pay any of the marketplace fees. Now keep in mind that you will still have to pay your traditional ADA transaction fees, but again, it does help out a little bit when you're trying to make a direct sale without necessarily having to go and list your NFT on a public marketplace. Now they did also leave a full tutorial here, which I actually found to be quite helpful, which walks through the process of adding your NFT, creating your listing, and then also sharing that via Twitter. On top of that, they are working on additional upgrades to this particular platform, and I will definitely be testing this out to see exactly how user-friendly it is and when it makes sense to use it and when it probably does not. Again, shout out to the NMKR team, just doing a lot of really good work here and just keeping the NFT community in mind. The next update that I want to talk about here is going to be the TeddySwap FISO. If you guys are not familiar with TeddySwap, they're going to be a stablecoin DEX coming to Cardano. I just released a fully dedicated video highlighting the entire FISO and some of the latest developments made by the TeddySwap team. So I'm not going to spend too much time here, but again, I did want to just mention that they have now activated the 15 reserve pools as a part of their FISO. Now the FISO stands for their Fair Initial Stake Pool Offering, in which we've already seen more than 64 million ADA being staked as a part of this offering. Initially, they had, I believe, over 100 pools or stake pools available or eligible to be selected to be a part of the FISO, and they selected a total of 25. Now, they started with just 10 of them being active, and now that those 10 have all reached over a 5 million delegation limit, they've now opened up access to the additional 15 pools. So this team continues to keep Cardano decentralized, and the fact that they've operated in this manner since day one, again, just makes me feel really, really good to be supporting this particular project. Now we will be seeing, I believe, a testnet date coming up very soon, but until then, I will be keeping you guys updated as to their moves in and out of the Cardano ecosystem. Now, very lastly here about the TeddySwap platform, I do want to mention that they have an NFT project, which they have announced. Now, the Teddy Bears Club has not yet actually been launched or minted. They've just made an announcement that it is going to be coming very soon. And as it states here, each Teddy Bear NFT will have utility for FISO delegators and the ability to also provide them Teddy tokens. Very lastly, I don't have a slide for this, but I did want to highlight that on their actual preview testnet, they've updated their user interface to now have a simple user experience for the swap, liquidity, the farming, and the order history. Very lastly, for today's update, I want to chat a little bit about the Genius Yield ISPO and the distribution of some of their tokens, specifically the Iagon token. Now, Iagon is going to be a decentralized marketplace for storage, specifically software storage or computer storage. And it states here the Iagon Airdrop will be beginning on February 5th for delegators who delegated with the Gens 2 stake pool during the Genius X ISPO. Now, if you don't recall, they had a total of 4 different pools. I believe 3 of them would have just earned you the regular Genius X token, and then the Gens 2 pool would have given you access to the Iagon token and the Genius X token. So if you delegated as a part of the Gens 2 pool, the Iagon tokens will be distributed on February 5th. Now, if you're looking for the actual Genius X tokens, I believe that those will be distributed over the course of 4 different airdrops, starting, I believe, in April of 2023 and then ending all the way in 2024. So that will be a little bit more distributed. But if you delegated to Gens 2, you should be expecting your Iagon tokens very soon. The very last update I want to cover as a part of today's video is the fact that the Genius X ISPO NFTs will be ending their mint in this coming April. If you guys earned one of these ISPO NFTs and you have yet to actually claim it, then definitely make sure to do so. I believe that right now they will be giving you guys an additional boost when the actual platform goes live, when you actually participate in staking. Having said that, they've also ended the Genius Yield ISPO NFT minting, and I want to say that actually ended in late December. So You don't want to miss out on these NFTs, especially if you spent the time to delegate patiently. Again, so just a friendly reminder for you guys, I've already claimed my NFTs and I'm thankful for the fact that I was able to participate as a part of this ISPO. That is going to bring us to a close for today's Cardano Scoop video, in which we've talked about the general Cardano development updates. We've also talked about the LQ mainnet launch, NMKR providing direct listing and buying features, as well as the TeddySwap FISO update. And then we just closed out by talking a little bit about the Genius X ISPO. That was a lot for today's video. I appreciate you guys sticking around. If you guys want to support the channel, please make sure to tap that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for me about anything that I talked about in today's video, then make sure to let me know with a comment down below. Having said that, I will see you guys in the next video.